That's all women have to do is give me a chain all the time. That way I can put the mic on the chain and y'all always hear me. So I hope y'all can hear me. If you can't hear me, let me know you can't hear me. But I think you can hear me. Holla at your boy. I'm sitting there chilling. And let's see what I'm doing down here. Something's going on down here I don't know about. I'm going work out. Actually, I got a little system overload here because I had no idea what's going on here. So let me start this back over and see if we can get rid of some of the system overload stuff. In fact, I ain't even asked for this. So hold on, y'all, as I try to get this computer to act like it don't know when it really ain't got no business knowing. There you go. That might be something that's working. I have no idea. Let's start it over. What is poppin'? RaJuR be cool coming at y'all. Hope everybody's doing well. I'd like to thank the heavy for the opportunity to be able to see you each and every day, each and every morning, each and every night. And just thankful to be here. So let's go with what we see in the title, okay? The title is Caput Mundi. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Caput Mundi? By Tiziana, Terenzi. Of course, y'all know who that is, Mr. Terenzi, and that's his daughter's name, from what I understand. And what we get here is, we get some ooze. Lots of ooze. A little bit of floral. We got some sandalwood. We got some ambergris here. We got some saffron. We got some sandalwood in here. We got a little bit of everything in this bad boy, and most of those notes are notes that I like. Saffron, and you can definitely smell the saffron too. The saffron and the oud almost give you like a little light interpretation of Gallo from RaJuR. Very light though. I mean, this has more going on than that Gallo, because that Gallo is crazy. It's just oud and saffron. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's what we'll be talking about today. I like it. Actually, I got this from my man. He gifted it to me. My main man, Christian from down VA. He said, Rod, I'm gonna send you a care package. I'm like, what you gonna send me? This is in the care package. The top is heavy. The top is beautiful. As with all Tiziana Terenzi things, I'm not sure what all that's about. There must be some, let's see, phase, loon, address, phase, the same thing, I'm not sure. If you know what this is, look at it, decipher it, figure it out, and I'm putting it back on the top. Oh, look at this, look at the crown. The crown's even decorative. Cool. Black bottle to keep the juice fresh, just in case you got a room full of light. All right, but you should put your stuff in a cage and cover up your cage with some kind of blanket so it doesn't get dark, or do like my man, a couple of my homies do, by your cedarwood chest, throw it in the cedarwood chest. You can still open it up and look at your stuff and say, oh, I got all this, I forgot. You hear me? So anyway, that's what we be doing with this. That's what we got sprayed on, so check it out. I'm not sure what the real price, I think somewhere around $175, $185 for this. This is 100 mil, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 3.3 mil. I mean, ounces. Yeah. It's alright. It's alright. I mean, I was gifted it. I don't want Christopher to think I'm an appreciative. I mean, but he know we in the fragrance game. You might like something, you might not like it. There's no guarantee that you're gonna like it. You send somebody something, they ask you to send them something, they might not like it, they might like it, who knows? But right now, it's okay, it's in the middle. I don't like it, I don't want to go and scrub it off. Yet again, I'm like, if I had to pick something out to wear today, I want to, I'm gonna wear this today. No, I'm wearing it because I haven't talked about it. If at any time at all, and I just wanted to let you know what it was. Now I got two other fragrances, one called Rose Oud, and another one that I got from my man A to the Deuce. He sent me one though. He either sent me Rose Oud or he sent me Lardano Nero, which is kind of like Black Afghano, which again I keep telling y'all, Tiziana Terenzi is hooked up with a good friend with Alexandro Gutierrez, which is from Nasamato, so they're kind of tight. So that's why I think Ladero Nero smells a little bit like Black Afghano because, you know, you probably said, go ahead, I'll let you cop that and get you in the game. Maybe that's how I said it. Maybe he did. Maybe it's like, well, I like the way that's going to try to make an interpretation of Black Afghano. So Ladero Nero is almost like that. And that's by Tiziana Terenzi as well. And again, Tiziana Terenzi, other one I have is Rose Gold. Okay, so that's it. That's all I got for y'all when it comes to fragrances. Now I'm going to split this video in half unless you have some questions. Tell me about them now. Other than that, we get ready to talk about those three bases back there, all right? So let me know. Other than that, we're going to recycle this song again. And here we go. And I'll be right back. Right back. Actually, you know what? I'm not going anywhere. I'll stay right here. I want to put this mic underneath my shirt though so that it doesn't tangle. And we're going to talk about basses. Y'all know I'm a bass player. I'm also a guitar player. Play a little bit of keyboards, you know, compose a couple albums, you know what I mean? Do what I got to do to make it pop off on the pop off. What's going on, She? So I ran into a great deal on the bass yesterday and I couldn't pass it up. I can't say I needed a bass. I'm not even going to say I needed another bass. I'm going to say, yo, that was too good of a deal to pass up. So I said, let me go grab that. But the other deal before this, probably about 3 weeks ago, was even a better deal as well. Both of these were great deals on bases that I would have paid much, much more money for retail. And even you know what I mean? What's going She Black, Market in the house. That's what's up. All right, so let's go ahead and start talking about bases because I'm past the point of fragrances. I think y'all missed that. Again, that's the habit of doing live. Y'all might miss something. I might be moving on to something else. This is what I'm wearing today. Caput Mundi, Tiziana Terenzi. Tiziana Terenzi. So if you get a chance, if you missed that part, just rewind back. Take the small thing and scroll back. Alright? Now, what I'm going to do is I want to compare these three bases and actually see how they sound compared to each other. You know what I mean? So, I'm going to put my headphones on to make sure my levels are right before I do that. And then we're going to talk about these bases. Alright, so we're going to turn this down. We're going to fade the music out gracefully. And there we go. We fade out the music gracefully. It's going to continue to cycle back and forth. But here we go. Now, I'm going to start with the first Fender bass I have. And that's the bass I bought years ago. Hold this mic down. Let me turn the mic down. Maybe the mic is too loud. I'm not sure. I'll put it right there. And this bass, whoa, I'm about to fall off the chair because I'm usually not sitting in the chair. Whoa, the bass is about to fall off because I'm usually not falling off basses. All right, so basically this bass is a Fender Jazz. And I can tell already it's not adjusted correctly. So let's see if I can find my adjustment tool in here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on a second. Because this is not adjusted correctly, and I can't really play this if it's not adjusted like the rest of them. In fact, the pickups are well too low. So let me run. I'm going to take these headphones off. I'm going to take this mic off. I'm going to be right back just in a second, all right? If y'all want to stick around and check out bass. For those who are here for the basses, cool. If y'all just here to see it, bro, cool. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Got to get my tools so I can adjust my bass pickups so they are in position to be equally effective. I'll just say that. And you're probably going to hear the TV in there. I hope it's not going to be echoing too much. All right, so I'm still going to put these headphones on just briefly to make sure that the levels are, again, indeed the same. So this is a Fender Jazz bass, and this is one that's made in Mexico, and the 5-string. Very nice bass. I think this is alderwood. It's not any of the natural ash or maple. This is alderwood, if I'm not mistaken. And I bought this a long time ago. I think this is a 2001, so it's kind of worth some money, even though it's not a Fender. It's not like, oh, wow. Oh, man, I got the wrong screwdriver joint, yo. This ain't going to do it. I need a screwdriver for this. I must have really tightened that down. I'll be right back again. I'm sorry, yo. I got to do it right. I can't do this just in case somebody come by to say, yo, I want to see what these basses sound like. Hold on. Okay. I bought a couple screwdrivers back here. I'm like, okay, if I can't adjust it with these three, then I'm not going back out no more. I'll tell you that right now. It is what it is going to be what it's going to be. Let's keep this mic back on. Man, I'm so happy I put this mic. That way I don't have to worry about... Put that on right there. That's it. Hold on, now I'm making a lot of noise, right? I don't like this guy. This guy even trying to do videos, man. He can't get his freaking mics right. I know, right? I can't get the freaking mic right. I'm not used to it. I'm just not used to doing this. And I'm going to get together. But that's why this is live and not scripted, because we don't do anything live. I mean, we don't do anything scripted. We do everything live. Okay, if you're not familiar with my channel, like, subscribe, and share, and come through, because it's not just about fragrances, and it's definitely not just about music. It's about everything. I like to talk about everything, but these are my two things right here. Music, I'm a musician, and fragrances. I play bass, and I like to smell good. That's what it comes down to, so see if we can get this thing up and popping. I'm going to bring it up and get this level right. I like my pickups close to my strings. So we're going to adjust it here. And down here, I don't know why I had them down so low. Why I had the pickups down so low, I have no idea what I was thinking at the time. If you want more output from a bass, you got to bring the pickups, and I'll let y'all see it real quick. You can see the pickups right there. You got to bring the pickups. These are pickups. They pick up the sound of the strings, and then transfer the sound of the strings to the controls here, and then from the controls to, to the amplifier. Through the tone of the wood. All this is in play. Everything on the guitar plays in conjunction with everybody. Unless you have like a cheaper instrument. These instruments are tuned to work together with everything, like tuned to work together with the wood, tuned to work together with the electronics, and then this bridge right here has a certain tone, and then all this stuff, this is one complete instrument. It's like when you buy a car and you had the wrong tires on the car, might be jacked up. I'm like, oh man, this joint ain't riding right, because you might not have the right tires on the car. You don't know. So everything's got to work in conjunction. If they built a car to use a certain tire for it to be effective, then that's the tire you gotta have on the car. You can't go buy a car and say, well, look, I'm just gonna put any tire on there. Well, people in the hood do. They buy them 20, 29-inch tires and put them on a freaking Hyundai. That's what they do. But for the most part, I see that's what they do. Yep, that's what they do. But if you really have a good car and you care about the car, you want the car to drive like it should drive, then you're gonna definitely. I gotta pull these pickups up because they've been down here in the hole for so long. I'm gonna get them up out the hole. These ones been down there. I don't really play this bass that much. That's why they've been down there so long. I haven't played this bass in a while. I mean, I picked up a couple other basses even since this bass for sure. There we go. I got that one to come up. They've been stuck down there so long. I tightened them up so long ago that they stuck down in the Yamin. All right, cool. So now let's get to it. So now we got a bass, and we're gonna plug up the cable into the bass. And the bass, for those who are really into what I'm doing, and I'm not trying to down you guys who don't know what I'm talking about, but there are guys who are in the studios who want to know what you got it running in and how you got it running and blah, 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 blah. This bass is running into my Apollo Twin Duo Mark II. And what it's doing, I got the Apollo Twin Duo Mark II actually outputs into a Sapphire 40 interface, and out of the Sapphire 40 interface, ADAT or spit out via ADAT cable into my mixer, and that's how we're hearing everything now. From the music to the mic, everything is coming through my mixer, out through my station here, my monitor station PreSonus, which again, I'm glad I got that. First, I didn't want that. A man put in a part of a deal. I'm glad I did get it. So it's running there, and then out from there, it's running to this phone, so we can hear what's going on. So let's get this bad boy line turned up. Okay, so this is this bass. This is a Jazz. Like I said, this is a Fender Jazz Mexico, made in Mexico. And again, this has what they call a skunk stripe down the back. Some have skunk stripes, some don't. Even the higher end don't have skunk stripes down the back. But back in the day, if your Fender Strat or your Fender guitar didn't have a skunk stripe in the back, you're like, oh man, you don't have a skunk stripe in the back. But this does, and it basically just tells you where the truss rod is. But unless you're adjusting the truss rod, you know what a truss rod is. If you're not sure what a truss rod, it keeps the neck straight. And right now, I'm not sure if this neck is straight or whether it's bowed. I know if you're doing this demo, and I'll deal with that later. So the purpose of doing this is to see how all these basses sound different. And I just got finished looking at a couple of videos that talked about, they had like 3 basses and how can you tell the difference. And they did a lot of editing and so on and so forth. Me, I'm doing it live, so, bass is just going to be a run back. And say, all right, cool. It's not going to go from bass to bass to bass like that, bass to bass to bass. I'll play this bass for a little while, put this one down, grab the other bass, play that one for a little while, and then I'll put some cues in there in the description below. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share my channel. And then that way you can just go right to the next bass and right to the next bass and click on it. I mean, real quick, without having to worry about scrolling, okay? So I got everything turned up. This is what we call a rosewood neck. It's a rosewood neck. That means it's dark neck. Maple necks are usually like that neck right there is bright, is woody. So we got an alder body, standard electronics. I think it's a standard pickups in here, standard Fender pickups from Mexico. And you got a rosewood neck with a maple. I think this is a maple back. So the top is dark because they put a layer of rosewood on top of a maple neck, okay? I think that's how it goes. It's not an alder neck. The body is alder, okay? So we're just going to play a couple of lines, and that's going to be, I'm not going to try to do anything too fancy. I'm just going to play a couple lines, I'm going to switch and go to the other bass, and we're going to see how that one sounds. All right, here we go. Nothing special. I'm just going to play a couple lines. You just want to hear what that low E, low B going to sound like when you're doing a 5-string. Some basses come in 4-string and 5-string, some 6, 7, 8-string. They've been crazy with the strings, but this bass is a 5-string bass, which comes with a low E. Really made famous, I think, in gospel music because the organ was so low when it came to the low register that sometimes the organ would be lower than the bass. So I think they started making 5-string basses and making sure they had a low B here. So when you're playing gospel, you can, bam, go down and do it like that. So now I'm going to do a little plucking. And again, these are not all, first of all, these are not all new strings on each bass. I think the other bass I just bought, them strings are pretty old. But still, this is for overall tone. Me slapping with all the electronics is not going to be any different than if I didn't. Okay? And we'll get more into a thorough review maybe later. Really, I don't I'm just doing it because I just got a new bass last night. Okay, so. And that's that. So that's how you sound when it's plucking. This is how it sounds when it's not plucking. Okay, and so on and so forth. I'm not going to go for the back pickup and the front pickup. I'm not going to do all that. Just the bass overall. All the buttons are turned up. All the knobs are turned up. All knobs are turned up. Both of the bass pickups are in play. And I just played. Next, let's switch to another bass. So I'm going to put this on. And we're going to switch to another bass. Okay. We're going to do these in order of acquisition. Sorry about that. And now this bass I just recently got maybe a couple of weeks ago. Well, it seemed like a couple of weeks ago. It hadn't been a couple of weeks. And but this is also a Fender Jazz bass. And again, just standard bass, nothing special. This has a skunk stripe on the back, nothing on the neck plate. But this wood right here is called ash. And that's what makes this a Fender Deluxe, because all of their basses don't come with ash wood like this. They might be colored, black. Like you see, that bass back there was kind of a burgundy, so on and so forth, but rare that you find ash. And I always did like ash Fenders, and whether it's a guitar or whatever. I don't have any Fender guitars, but I do have a guitar that's made by a guy who used to make Fenders called G&L and Music Man. But this ash right here is so beautiful. When you see it, it's just one lovely, beautiful piece of wood. Now this is all one piece of wood. There's no cuts, there's no divisions in the wood. I can't tell with the alder, but you can tell because you look at the pattern. And the pattern's consistent all the way across. You can tell if it was a couple planks of wood put together because you will see it would not look consistent. And plus you'll see the line. You can't see the line. That's all one piece of, yeah, all one piece of wood ash cut from an ash tree. Here we got the standard tuners. These are open back tuners as usual. They have open back tuners. They don't have any covers on them. Back in the day, they had covers on them. This is a 2014. I can look at the number. It tells me this is 2014 from the serial number. And that's basically it. Now, you can hear a little bit of difference in here. I can hear the brightness just on the pluck. But these are new strings. I just put these strings on here when I bought the axe. And I'm not going to adjust these. These are pretty good. They're set about the same as the other pickups are set about the same as the other bass we just listened to, the other Mexican. So this piece was made in Mexico as well. This is 2014. That was a 2001. And let's play it. What I can tell is I can hear the buzz, the action. I think I tightened up the truss rod a little bit, and I might have to, but though I think that it is very straight, I see just a slight bend. There's like an ever so slight bend right about right here. So what you do is you take an Allen wrench, you put it down here in this hole right here, and you turn the Allen wrench until you get that bad boy straight. But you hold it like that, and you can see where, I can see where it bows at, somewhere around this fret right here. Somewhere around here got a little slight bow to it. So it's going straight, then it's going up in. So I got to get it to straight all the way back. So the truss rod will straighten the neck out. But you got to be careful, because if you over tighten this truss rod and you break the truss rod, the bass is over and you got to buy a whole new neck. You don't want to do that. See, I got that. Yeah, I mean the neck. I got to either raise these up, and I don't have the tools. Maybe that's what it is, because these do like they're really low. Even though I still think the neck needs adjusting too. Yeah, these are definitely too low. I have to raise these up, okay? And then we do the plucking. And I keep my headphones kind of. I know that's a whole bunch of flipper flabber, but we're just trying to hear the bass. Again, no pluck, everything's turned up. Let's go. And so we put a little bit of attack on that. Now some people like to play back here. It sounds different when you play back here with your fingers than playing up here. Because this pickup is closer to the neck and it's going to be a little bit more beefier. This pickup is back towards the bridge. It's going to be a little bit lighter, okay? I'm still learning how to do it down, but man, I play too many instruments to be worried about trying to rule. I'm a jack of all master now. I'm not a good bass player. I'm not a good guitar player. I just know how to make music. And that's about it. I just know how to make songs and do studio stuff. Don't be impressed by that. Everybody can do that. I ain't doing nothing nobody else can do. It's the only thing I know how to do. All right? So anyway, this is the Fender Mexican Fender Deluxe, Jazz Deluxe, because this is a, all ash body, one-piece ash body. And that's why this costs a lot of money. Not as much as an actual Fender American-made bass, but again, just looking at a couple of reviews this morning, it was like, yo, the American-made kind of slouching off. They trying to like, hey, we ain't gonna put all that resources into the Americans like we used to. Like, they just, so if you don't have an American and you have a Mexican, don't really be disgruntled, because the only thing that's going to be different is probably the pickups going to be different. They're probably going to be different pickups. Might be Duncans, they might be EMGs, whatever they are. It's how to put in here. But you can always change the pickups out any way you want. For me, I don't do all that change out stuff, man. Whatever it is, what I buy it for. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. Hear that? It's jacked up because these joints are down too low. So we'll fix that too. Now let's go to the next bass, which is going to be the newest one I just purchased, which was last night from homeboy named Josh. I'll put that over here and I'm going to slide that. Then I got to go out here and work on my hard drives for my computer. Now this bad boy is heavy. This yarn is heavy. Now this is the least expensive bass out of the three, and this thing is heavy. I also have a Fender out there, it's a fretless bass too. This bass is heavy. This bass is heavier than the Alderwood bass because this is all maple. This is a maple body. So I had 3 different basses with 3 different bodies made for 3 different trees. One is Alderwood. This right here is maple. And that right there was ash. Now this one, as you see, let me get this mic. The mic is starting to trip. Where's the mic at? Here, this one? Oh, yeah, there you go. So, when I go here, it's kind of louder. I don't know. So this is 2-piece. Now, if you look closely, you can see, if you can see it, the pattern isn't the same all the way across. When it gets here, you can see a line going down. So what they did was they was able to get this piece off, and then it was like, okay, now for the rest of this, we're going to take another piece, and they molded it out, and here's the other piece right here. So it's all the way here, maple. This is maple. You see the maple from the tree right there. This is all tree. And then they took another piece and finished off the body right here. Not sure why. It happened like that. This is a maple neck all the way around, all maple. They got the black. Usually there's dots on the frets, as you can see with those two. There's dots. This bass is modeled off of a 1970s bass. So they actually call this a Squire vintage bass. So they're trying to think back, like back in the day, how did a Squire vintage bass look? Well, they know they're the company. And they tried to put the way they spaced the pickups, or the way the bridge was, so on and so forth. The electronics, of course, not the same when it came to American basses. Back in the day, they didn't make a lot of different basses. It was just all American basses back in the day. Then they started making, okay, we put a Squire on one. This is a Squire bass. But this is a vintage Squire bass. This is made in Indonesia. Those basses, one is made in Mexico. Well, both of those are made in Mexico, and this was made in Indonesia. And they just licensed out the bass to the company and said, okay, we can do something with it. And they did it for a cheaper cost, I'm sure, but this is still a quality bass. Retail, this bass will cost you somewhere around $599. Used, somewhere around maybe three and a half, maybe close to four. Depending on the condition of the bass. Now these strings, like I said, are dead. They're done. But would I change them? Nah, because I got 3 different sounding basses. Like when I go up here and adjust, see these right here are high. You'll see. Because you can see the little, you probably can't see the little adjustment screws here. They take an Allen wrench, which I didn't bring back here. You can adjust these and stand them up. Those on that bass, they're all the way down to the bottom. So I never got a chance to really set that bass up for me. I mean, I definitely not take it to a store and get it set up because it costs money. So this is this bass right here, and I can tell already the output is louder on this bass. The output is louder. I see it in the metering, so I'm gonna back this off just a little bit. Now again, these strings are kind of like, but it don't bother me that they're like that because I kind of like them like this. All right, so let's go. Now let's do the popping thing, which I said it's not going to sound like the other ones popping because those strings I changed. These strings I just put the bass last night, so he said it's been sitting around in the cage for about a year. He's really been playing it, so hey. Nope, working a later shift today. Nope, not off today, bro. I'm not off all week. I'll be off next week, all week, on my vacation week. My birthday Saturday, we're off after that. You know what I mean? So, either 4 o'clock on Saturday, I'm out, or either 12:30 on Saturday, I'm out of there. Either way, vacation starting next Sunday. My birthday is Saturday. We don't celebrate birthdays like that. I'm getting old. I ain't trying to celebrate birthdays. I'm just happy to be breathing every day. Holla at your boy. And being healthy, too. That's another thing. All right, so that's where we at. And that's it. So this bass right here is what they call a vintage modified Fender Squire bass. See by the headset. And always know if you're looking at basses and you're a bass player, the Squire is going to tell you what the bass is really about. That's a gold Squire emblem. So that means by having a gold Squire, that means a higher end Squire. You even got the I don't know what you call that, to hold down the strings. The other one is different. But this one right here holds down the strings. I'm about to make a hot mess. Let me pull this out. So anyway, basically, if you see a gold Squire, then that's the bass you want. If you see a black Squire, that's the lower end bass. That's either infinity bass or there might be an older bass. Like maybe if you bought one like 1999, that had a black Squire logo, that might be working. If you buy something real old, because they made it real good back then. Most of those are going to be made in China too. This is made in Indonesia. So basically it's all gloss neck. This whole thing is shine. The neck is shine on the front. The neck is shine on the back. As you can see, has a gloss, has a lacquer to it. And like I said, this is two-piece maple. Maple body, maple neck, bada bing, bada boom. All right? Then back to this bad boy, which I'm going to set up when y'all leave. This is a ash body with a maple back neck with a rosewood fretboard, okay? And this is a Fender. That's a regular Fender logo. It has a silver logo for the Mexicans, Mexican pieces. And this is a Fender Mexican bass, jazz bass, 4-string, all right? The other one was a 5-string. And then last but not least, my very first Fender is alderwood body. This is also Mexican. You see by the logo is a silver logo. Mexican. This is a 2001 bass, if I'm not mistaken. I've had this for years. I mean, years. Let's see. Is it 1 or is it 11? No, I think my man said it was a 2001. This is 2001. Even though I got a 1-1 after the number, I think it's 2001. Because where is that in 2011? Maybe it is 2011. I don't know if it's 2011 or 2001. I know it's a 1 after the ring number. And the difference between these, the tuners on the back of these are closed-in tuners, okay? You can't see the mechanisms. They're closed in. Whereas this Mexican bass, they're open back tuners, all right? So open back, that one's open back as well. I only put these two because these are both Mexican basses. So open back tuners for this Mexican, closed back tuners for this one. This is a 5-string, it's a 4-string. Maple back, both rosewood fretboards. As you can see, if it's dark, that means rosewood on the fretboard. Not unless you get a bass that might have Brazilian. In fact, no. I think I'm wrong. I think this is the deluxe because this is Brazilian. This is Brazilian wood on this one. It's an ash body with Brazilian wood. That's why this one costs so much more money, because it is an ash body, 1-piece, Brazilian wood neck. Okay, so this is a special bass right here. Open-end tuners, again, and it was made special edition. Fender, you got to start back here. Fender special edition, because this is a deluxe. Okay, all right. So that's it. That's it for my basses. I'll bring one more bass back here for y'all just to check out, just so I can see my other Fender bass. And I got some other. I got like, how many other basses do I have? No, that's it. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'll show you my other Fender bass real quick, and then we'll call it a day. Because it's almost time for me to start talking about getting back to work. Okay, I'm gonna take off this thing. One day I'm gonna figure out how to work this. Because right now it's like a pain. I don't know how to unclip this thing. There you go. That's what you get for buying stuff. It's like you don't know how to clip. You gotta figure out how to clip this so it's clipped onto you, so the mic, which is right here, is hitting your mouth. And so to clip it, you gotta find a way to clip it. Like everything ain't gonna be the same. Like if I take it right here and put it here, then it's cool, but it's away from my mouth. It's like aiming at my back of my neck. If I take it and put it here across my body, which is probably the way it should be, right? Open up the clip. Now it's aiming at my mouth and it's right there. So you gotta like figure out where you're gonna put it. It's kind of crazy. But now I gotta take it right back off again. So I go get the other bass. Hold on. Put it right there. Put these down here. And now I gotta put all this stuff back on again. Headphones, check. Microphone across the body. Onto the chain. Check. Plug the bass in. This is new to me, man. I need an earpiece. Because I always feel that I got to check. Because I be asking y'all, can y'all hear me, whatever, and y'all don't be saying something half the time. Like last week, my man was telling me, I couldn't hear you, man. The mic was jacked up. I said, because I asked them, because they hear me, and wasn't nobody saying that. They didn't say it was too loud. They didn't say it was too soft. No one ever said anything. So I thought it sounded great. But for me, I'm going to keep my headphones down because I can check it from here. Now, this is a fretless bass. Basically, same kind of look, same kind of pick. It doesn't have a pick guard. This is one without a pick guard. And on the back, you have Squire here. It also has Squire up here. As you see, like I said, if it has the gold Squire, that's the one you want. If it had the black Squire, I don't think you want that one. This one is made in Indonesia as well. And like this is a 2016 and open back tuners. Open back, not closed back like the other Mexican. That's why that Mexican, the one that's The burgundy one's probably worth more money because they don't make them closed back anymore, tuners. Those are original tuners, and they came with them like that. They don't have they have butterfly tuners. These are called, I forgot what kind of tuners these are called with the 3 crown tuners. Those are butterfly tuners. All right, so let's turn this up. Okay, so there's this bass right here. Now this bass is a fretless bass. You're like, what's a fretless bass, Rod? Well, this one doesn't have any fret bars going across it so you can, you know, feel the notes on your finger. You're like, Rod, this do sound like the other ones. No, it don't. And let me tell you why. You ready? It's a fretless bass. It's like what guys play when they play upright bass. This is what this is. It's a fretless bass. I wanted a fretless bass because I never know when to play a song. I might want to do something like really, really sexy, right? If I did a sexy song, I would use a fretless bass. See, the other basses have frets, so you can't do that. You hear because there's frets that's going across each one of these lines. Now, real pro players who play fretless don't need these lines going across the bass. I'm not a pro bass player, nor am I definitely not a pro fretless bass player. So I need to see the lines. But if real bass players don't have lines going across, fretless bass players don't have long lines going across the frets. You got to figure it out. So upright bass players, if you look at the upright bass players, they don't have lines going across them. They just know, and they don't look anyway. They be like, and shout out to my man, may his soul rest in heaven, my man Rick Tate. Rick Tate was the baddest. He played both. He had a 7-string Conklin and all this stuff. And then he used to play jazz bass, and he'd be looking over here like, what's up, bro? Boom, 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 boom. Not even looking. Stanley Clarke, all them big-time jazz players, they play fretless basses, okay? Let's hear how it would sound if I was trying to be a fretless bass player. Ready? Harmonics. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna turn up though. I need a little bit more turn up. That's a jazz bass player that I'm not. Now here's a guy who want to play something sexy. There's a guy who used to play this band called Brainstorm. I forgot his name. If y'all remember Brainstorm, there's a song that was out, and try to look up the song called This Must Be Heaven. And he used a fretless bass. He always used a fretless bass. Even when they play like disco, he was the only R&B fretless bass player. He don't get enough credit. This guy was the only R&B fretless bass player who played bass, and still is the only one that would play a fretless bass without frets. Now, this bass you wouldn't want to pop on. It don't really sound good. It's not tuned either. Now this string right here is not the string supposed to be on here. These are round wound strings. So you usually put round wound strings on a fretless bass because that's what it's supposed to put. But I ain't have any more round wounds. I think I popped one or something like that, so I had to put a regular string down here, which is a flat wound. I mean, no, this is a flat. These are flat wound. Duh. Flat wounds are the ones you put on. Now, some people like flat wounds on their regular basses too because it gives them that sound. It gives them that the old school like. So some people like to have flat wounds on their bass to give them that sound because they have more than one bass. But again, playing a fretless bass and playing a fretted bass is totally different. And again, I'm gonna have to buy me a string that's a flat wound so to match the rest of these strings. All right. So again, back to my man who played with Brainstorm. Look at my song, This Must Be Heaven. This must be heaven. He is a fretless bass player who plays R&B. I have to go. I got it. And I think he go like. Something like that. Oh, one more time. I can't until I get it right, man. I'm just like that. I'm a perfectionist. Until I get it right, I'm not gonna be satisfied. That's This Must Be Heaven. And then he had another song called, that was like the beginning. That's how the song started off. And I really like that song. Waiting for someone that I know. Waiting for someone that I know. And my heart did the day. You gotta look at my Brainstorm. There you go. Something like that. But check it out. He's a really cool bass player. Now, the last bit, the information on this, I have no idea what kind of wood this is, but it is a beautiful sunburst. So I have 4 basses that look different, made from different woods. Now this just may be a maple. I mean, it's a beautiful bass. Again, when I bought this, I was just buying this off the cuff because I just wanted a fretless bass. And I don't have a lot of information on this. Looked like it was made, like I said, in 2016 in Indonesia. We have the Squire in the back. There's no special stickers on there. There's no deluxe stickers on here. Like it's just your basic Squire bass. But again, if it has the gold Squire emblem, that means it's a good Squire. If it's a black Squire emblem, that means either it's an Infinity or it's an starter Squire, which is going to give you a little bit lower quality. And of course, these pickups, probably just regular old pickups, okay? So that's it. So I'm done with my bass. These are all my Fender basses. Thank y'all for stopping by. It's time for me to get ready to get my butt out the door and go to work. I'm working a different schedule today. And when I go to work today, I'm going to be working. But I want to get off 9 o'clock instead of getting off at 12:30 or 1 o'clock. So I decided, hey, I got to sacrifice. I got to get off 12. So my boss going to be calling me pretty soon. Or not my boss. My supervisor going to be calling me pretty soon to see what I want to work for overtime tomorrow. So I got to get ready to get off the phone. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Take care of yourself. RaJuR D Cool. Back here in the studio. We wearing what fragrance? Caput Mundi by Tiziana, Terenzi. Smells good. Not the greatest for me, but some of you might like it. So buy it. My basses, and I'm out. Talk to y'all later. Take care of yourself. Be well. Out. Bars.